Hey there, Cancer. Welcome to my channel. Come on in. I'm going to be giving you your Halloweeny reading for 2025. Come on in. Yeah, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and North Node. I've already called in everybody's spirit guides and angels and ancestors and ascended masters, and the whole spirit team is here with me right now, so please just know that, right? We're going to see what's in the cards for you this holiday. Come on in, my pretties. First one that came out, crushed. You're hurting emotionally right now. You need time to heal before you jump in again. This is either you or them, right? Don't forget to flip-flop your energies and genders each and every time you feel fit during the reading, right? This is what that card looks like. Somebody is bummed out. All right. Show me. Exposed. Fragile heart, too open, in danger of heartbreak. Yeah, somebody is exposed. Timid or something. I feel like somebody could be scared. I don't know if that's for everybody out there or not, but whatever. Somebody's crushed that they're exposed or something. Somebody needs to heal. Two more. I hope everybody's having a nice morning, afternoon, or evening, depending on when you're watching me. I know, I gotta forget. I gotta emphasize everything. Not that I don't love this time of year or anything. All right, so bottled up, many unexpressed emotions, time bomb, and holding back. Somebody is about ready to explode in the next few weeks, Cancer. The volcano erupted energy, I feel, is real, you know? All right, bad timing, hope, fear, challenge, and homework. Too little, too late. Taken, not ready to love again. Somebody was crushed. They need time to heal. This is hard for somebody in particular, I'm feeling. Unpredictable, never know what they're going to do. Unreliable, live wire. Yeah, with that bottled up, somebody is angry. Some people out there, they could have anger management issues or something. I don't know what that means. I don't know if that means anything to everyone, but some of you maybe. So we're going to dive into my homemade handy dandy oracle here. Hello, everybody tapping in and out. It's good to see you. And I want to thank all of the newer subscribers, commenters, likers, all of that, because it really makes a difference. It gives me the energy and encouragement to continue putting energy and creativity into my content, right? It gives me that, yeah, consequences somebody dealt or is dealing with. They need to heal something about being crushed, right? There's consequences to what they've done. Accountability and responsibility maybe could be a factor here for someone. Show me. It's about exposure of some sort, some victory or victorious exposure for you. Okay, nice. Something's coming out. The consequences of something, you're going to be feeling I feel like it's a congratulatory or a attaboy kind of energy or something. Peacock. All right, this is crowning you, Cancer. Peacocks, to me, back in the old days, a lot of the bigger, castles and kings and queens and, the kingdoms and whatever, back in those days, having peacocks on the property, it was a symbol of royalty and uniqueness and mystery and wealth and mysticism, and it was, you know, it was. But in this case, I feel like somebody was strutting like a peacock or something, you know. But then this is right over that card, so there could be two different energies I'm talking about. You can discern your way through that if it pertains to you or not, right? Two more of these and we can get on with my tarot. So something is a little too late, you know, a little too late. Blah, blah, blah. Holistic medicine, hope, fear, challenge, and homework. Some good old medicine, you know, whether it's herbal or metaphorical even, or whatever it is, it's a healthy dose. And something's a little too late. Great. Okay. That's where we're starting with. I'm about as confused as anything. So, oh, I have to pick one more. Or I need to. Sorry, I thought that was it. One more, please. Yeah. Somebody's upset that something's coming out, right? Artists, musicians, poets, and storytellers. This is what makes the world go round, yeah? Yeah, I don't know about here though. Something about that. I'm not sure what yet, but there's some storytelling going on. Yeah, but they could be very creative. Somebody's very creative, you know, and never and somebody it has anger management issues, or they, you know, it's like the drop of a dime, they flip out or something, possibly. I don't know, but hold on, we're gonna get deeper. I'm gonna change to my Green Witch Tarot deck. We're going to keep it on the vibe since we are in Season of the Witch. I have all of my witch decks out here today. All right, Queen of Chalice is down. Crushed. Consequences. You need time to heal before you jump in again. This Queen of Cups is technically male or female. This is the sweetheart card, right? Pretty much. Very intuitive and what, but they're blocked. The creativeness is blocked, or they just don't like this person, or they're, I don't know if it's like denial or what. Hold on, I need more cards. Somebody's crushed. They're emotionally crushed. And then there's a victory here for you somehow. All right. All right. Four of Wands. Nice. Five of Things. Nine of Wands. Oops, it's this way. Sorry. Tower reversed. Yeah. Somebody's avoiding. They're avoiding the tower. That's why they're getting ready to explode, because they keep holding things in, and you can't keep doing that. It is the most unhealthy thing to do. All right. So, anywho, I have the Four of Wands over here in your present position, and this is like representing, I don't know, marriage, family, victory, good news, right? There's exposure or illumination there somehow, though. Maybe the illumination of something this family is celebrating, okay? All right, so Five of Things. This is crowning you for the next few weeks, right? I have bottled up, somebody that's like a volcano ready to explode, right? And then here is cruelty, brutality, hurtful, mean-spirited, you know, whatever that vibe is. More than likely mental illness. This is one of the cards that represents that, right? And then I have somebody that's strutting their stuff here, bottling things up. Okay. All right. So here, the Nine of Wands, I feel like, yeah, somebody is exhausted of this. They're tired, very tired of it, you know. But you see the fairy here by his shoulder. That's like a little guide, a little spirit saying, "Hey, I got your back, man. You can do this. You know, you can do this kind of thing. Hope, fear, challenge, and homework. Someone though, however, it's a little too late. They're not ready for something. They need to heal, right? They need to heal something. They're avoiding the tower, however. Although I feel like the tower's here because I have exposed here, and I'm getting like it's already here. They just don't want to see it. Everyone else may see it, maybe. You know, they're a live wire. Someone you can't depend on, possibly. All right. Then I have Ace of Swords down, right? Consequences. People are confused of their own consequences. They're big fat fucking liars. That's why. They can't keep their lies straight. They could be pathological liars for some of them. That's pretty serious shit, actually. You know, past to present. You know, lying about this person who is like a sweetheart kind of a vibe, male or female. There's a lot of guys out there that are really cool, right? Nice guy kind of thing. Anywho, I have Two of Pentacles here and King of Wands, right? Dealing with somebody that's taken charge, or you know, the balancing of it all. I do feel like this victory or whatever this is bringing in balance for you, Cancer, which is really a good thing. You know, I do feel like this person could be some sort of a boss figure, a father figure, or possibly a manager, right, or an entrepreneur, male or female, something like that, right? Five of the Thames, peacock, strutting their stuff, bottled up. Somebody's ready to explode. That King of Wands is ready to explode. They're not digging the Queen of Cups down right now, whatever that is to you, male or female. Somebody's absolutely crushed over this and the consequences of it all, whatever that is to you. Show me. I need a bunch of cards, please. Lady and the Lord. And then I have Three of Wands down. Yeah, this is the relationship of the two. This doesn't have to be between the sheets, but it can be, right? Hope, fear, challenge, and homework. It's a relationship of some kind, right? However that fits for you, but something's a little too late, right? You're not seeing it going any further. Nothing's growing in those fields, right? Those ships aren't coming in. It's like they, you know, I don't know, they're avoiding the tower. It's like they're avoiding it, so they're not going to get a harvest somehow, or whatever that means, which I think is the healing, because you need to deal with that, you know, and do your shadow work and whatnot, so you can have and reap your harvest. Maybe that exactly is what it's saying, you know. So Eight of Chalices and Queen of Wands down. We have King of Wands and Queen of Wands showing up. This one's down over here, however. Two queens on the table. Yeah, somebody doesn't want to deal with it. It's not filling their cup. Like it's like emotionally draining. There's consequences to this, you know. Somebody they're in they're walking away from it or something. They're leaving it behind, right? And then we have the Queen of Wands down. So here we have that cool victory for the family type vibe, like some sort of win. And then we have Queen of Wands down here who's taking no action. This is the one maybe possibly that's avoiding the tower, who's exposed, right? This could be like a black witch, male or female, I don't give a shit. I get that out of any king or queen suit, but only at certain times, because it's just in how it is with me. I don't know. Don't ask. Don't ask. Hi, everybody. Tapping in and out. It's good to see you. One more. One more, please. Thank you. So everything I say in these cards here has to do about judgment and awakening. You know, people are in judgment. But harvest, this is the time of year, right? Harvest when all You know, like we know there's not much of a harvest over here, but that's what it is. Somebody's in good judgment. Somebody may not be. I can't make that up. All right. I think that way. Okay, so 3 of Chalices down, 5 of Pentacles, and Page of Athens reversed. Yeah, there could be children involved here. Yeah. Party's over. That Black Witch has gone down, and there's some sort of win here. I like it. Yeah, party's over, however. They may not want a union or a reunion or something, and that's funny because I usually get that out of a different card, but I'm getting it out of that one today. Yeah, the cruelty and brutality, they don't want it. Yeah. And somebody's taking charge of it all. And somebody's bottling it up and ready to fucking explode. Yeah, yeah. It's disappointing. There's loss. There's people being ostracized, being left out or thrown out or just not included. Excuse me, somehow, right? Very disappointing kind of energy. Hope, fear, challenge, and homework. Lady in the Lord is right over it. Somebody's tired. Somebody needs to fucking heal. And they don't want to take the, you know, artists, musicians, poets, and storytellers. It's a very creative energy, whatever that is. But I feel like one is and one is not, you know? And this is not standing up for the truth. Because if you look at it upright, we have the moon, we have the owl, we have the sword, and the open book of knowledge and wisdom, and standing in it, standing over the deception and the lies and the bullshit, whatever was hidden. And here, they're not, you know, I feel like inside maybe they don't have that courage in them. They need to find that willpower, that strength, that determination, right? To live fully and enjoy it, you know? Something about enjoying it, not being so rigid, maybe. Knight of Swords, yeah, brutality. We got, and this is like rushing in. Somebody rushed in maybe in the past, or the brutality against the Queen of Chalices could be verbal attacks, you know. If this person is a narcissist, like this 5 of Dames could be, then I feel like it was more than likely very condescending, very demeaning, just rude, crude, and uncalled for. I hate that. I hate that in people. Why? You know? I don't want those people in my energy. I'm so glad that I've gotten rid of a lot of this stuff. I think you will be too, or at least when you get through this, like, learned lessons and all, you got to go through the motions, whoops. And then we have the Wheel of Fortune, which is really nice because we have the 4 of Wands right next to it. There's a lot of change afoot. It's turning in your favor big time. There's some sort of big victory here, right? Someone is exposed and it's in the best way, I think, in your case. Change is afoot. Magic's happening. Things were fated. Things that happened. Now it's how we deal with that and get to our destiny, right? Out of how we shape that, right? Or not, for some, depending. Because some are bottling it up and they ain't going to change. Narcissists don't change, unfortunately. Very, very, very rare. And depending on, the severity of it, if we're talking about serious cruelty and brutality, it could be abusive for some of you out there, depending on the level and the vibe, whatever we're, be discerning as well. Question everything, like I always tell people. That's coming out too, especially in that Wheel of Fortune, because it's like karmatic, totally karmatic in that Queen of Pentacles down. We got another queen. We got 3 queens out. And a king. All right. Well, this Queen of Pentacles, this could be about abandonment issues or neglect, you know, not managing resources very well, possibly for some people. I don't feel like that's for a whole lot of people, though. But I feel like it's more like the uncaring, unnurturing, whatever that may be, of the 5 of the Dames here, which is the mean-spiritedness of it all. And then somebody's just strutting their stuff in their ego, you know, totally in their ego. You know, somebody needs an ego death. Maybe they're going to get one because somebody's getting a victory out of this. So the other one may go through it. I don't know. We're going to find out, though. Anywho, show me what I need to see. Yeah, I'm feeling like it is very disappointing, you know, coming into certain realizations and illuminations at times. It's hard, it's tough. But when you're just plain old avoiding it, it ain't cool. You know, like the tower, avoiding the tower. When you're just avoiding it, it ain't cool. You know, you got to deal with your shit instead of taking it out on everyone else. You know? And then getting mad at them for their reaction of your disrespect, you know? That's a narcissist. And it's fucking bullshit. You know, we're taught in society, I don't know if I said this on your video before or whose I said it on, but in society, we're taught to sit at our abuser's table and take it. Yeah. But times are changing now, see. Underdogs are coming to the light. You know, the people that, you know, things are changing. This world is changing. The light is shining. And this is why we see, like, all this awful stuff that's going on in the world, right? And the entire, like, all of the crazy, whacked out stuff, you know, all that stuff is coming to a halt because the light is starting to shine brighter and brighter. It's Age of Aquarius, right? The truth, the information that's out there with the wide world web of it all now. It's changing everything because people are finding out and unlearning everything they have learned, right? And go through that sometimes too on my videos. Yeah, that's confusing in itself, right? All right, so back to this, the Magician. Yeah, this is the master of all the pentacles, right? But this would be the creator, so that represents you, right? You're the creator. Okay. In this case, I feel like you are exhausted. And some of, you know, what these people are creating, right? On the other hand, I can feel like, you know, some of these people, the nightmare that they have created is exhausting. And now it's just a little too late for them, right? Because it's your win or something. I don't know. I don't know how I'm getting some of this shit. It just comes to me. Show me what I need to see. Some readings, I understand what I'm telling you. And other readings, I'm not sure. And this is one of those, I'm like, I'm kind of confused here, but if it makes sense to you, cool. That's the point. Maybe by the end of this, I might get some more information and figure it out. I don't know. King of Wands, Queen of Cups down. Yep. King of Wands twice. Ding, 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 ding. Queen of Cups twice. Ding, 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 ding. Both kings are up and both queens are down. And you can flip-flop the genders, absolutely. You know, if you need to. But yeah, now I have the Hanged Man. All right, so as I pull more, yeah, the creator, the master creator creating the nightmare, that person needs to heal, period, you know. And that is the Hope, Fear, Challenge, and Homework. The King of Wands here, having a lot of drive, a lot of passion, like authoritative, could be an entrepreneur, something like that. right? Avoiding the tower, unpredictable, live wire, something's bottled up, they're ready to fucking explode. And something about artists, musicians, poets, and storytellers. And I feel like storytellers is standing out from all of the, lies and all of the confusion possibly, or whatever is going on here, right? Somebody is completely blocked of this. They're very against this person or denying it or whatever it is, because that person right there, that sweetheart card, I don't care male or female, is intuitive AF. They have psychic gifts or they have some sort of mystical something. I'm feeling it, you know? They're very empathetic. I know I'm doing a Cancer reading, but are you dealing with another Cancer? You know, you may know of someone in your community or what. I don't know how that's going to work. Five of Swords, or yeah, Five of Swords again. Ding, 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 ding. We have a lot of synchronicities on the table here. It's brutality. It's just there's no reason for this mean spiritedness. Some people it's slander and ruining people's lives. You know, people's lies, ruining their lives from lies. You know, and that's defamation of character, and it's suable offense all day long. And that may not be for everybody out there, but regardless, it's brutal and cruelty, and it's just there's no excuse for it. This King of Wands is looking right at it, trying to take charge of it too. You know, seriously, somebody's strutting like a peacock over here. You know, the Victory card is good. You can strut. You know, do your strutting. But then on this side of the peacock, I'm feeling like the ego death thing. That's funny. Show me, I need a bunch of cards, please. I mean, it's not funny, but it's just how I'm getting these things. Yeah, it's some people are a little, depressed and or have been. I think this good news could give them a little jump of passion again and a little jump in life again. Yeah, justice is here. What's fair is fair. Love it. Lady in the Lord right next to it. What's fair is fair. Holistic medication. Here's some good old healing for you. I feel like it's like a kind of giving it to them, kind of energy. You're kind of, and that's what you get, or like this couple is teaming up together or something. I don't know. I like it, but then it's a little too late for them. Too bad, so sad. Do your healing. Go do your shit. Deal with it. All right. What else? Need a bunch. There's consequences to everything. There's rippling water effects everywhere in all of our situations. A lot of people need to be a lot more aware of that, or they wouldn't be doing what they do in the first place. So some of their lessons are going to be harder to learn than others, but that's up to them. Two more or three more? Thank you. I got a couple extras, but I'll take them. Two of Swords down, yeah. This is about these cards in this, kind of feeling like they're just plain bad choices and decisions. The bad choices and decisions of it all in the past. All right. There's clarity now. Things are becoming clear. Okay. Things are becoming clear. Okay, don't want to mess these up. I see a couple of these cards here. Knight of Pentacles, Five of Wands, the Moon reversed, Six of Swords reversed, the Death card, Two of Pentacles, and the Four of Swords. Thank God. All right. Yeah. So taking the opportunity, right? Or there are things that we can like plant in the dirt for later, right? Get those seeds planted. taking the opportunity. This was a slow thing, right? But I do feel like things are going to be planted out of this victory as well somehow. But not having a, this dried up mud, no future there kind of thing, lost packages, from Amazon, they're gone or something, kind of energy, and then planting seeds from that and starting anew, right? Fertilizing that garden and making sure it's a slow process. Sure. Somebody's starting to take charge and boss up though, however. Yeah, this was war. This was sacrifice. Some of these people literally wanted other people dead. The fighting, the competition, the bullshit, the head games, the manipulation, the jealousy, it's all here. hmm It's not filling the cup. So, of course, the consequences of that is them walking away. So, these people, I feel like it's a Homer Simpson kind of moment, like, do, you know? Yeah, the exposure. Look, I got the moon reversed and then I got the exposed card here. With the Queen of Wands down. Yeah, they don't like this exposure whatsoever, but there's a victory here for you, however. I like it. This Hanged Man was about sacrifice. Very sacrificial. We got this one and then we got this one. And look, yeah, doesn't get much more sacrificial than that. That energy was war. Whatever it was, there's a victory from that. I like it. Juggling, these energies and dealing with these energies. There are some more things coming. I feel you're like waiting or something, maybe waiting for the shoe to drop kind of energy or something. But there's a victory. There's a victory here. It's in the cards, right? Some people here are dealing with it hard. The party's over. The party is fucking over. These bottled up emotions with this volcano, yeah. Mm, they're dealing with those storms, those waves when you're out to sea and you're deep out into the sea and you get a bad enough storm and those waves are like 30, 40 feet high, right? And the whole storm of it, yeah, that's what I'm feeling for some of them. They're going through it. Woo! Party's over. There's a victory. Woohoo! Gotta love it. The war is over. Or that's what it's about. Yeah, it's over right here. The death card. The disappointment. It's about change. Somebody's getting some good old healing. Some good old healing from the universe. Hope, fear, challenge, and homework. It's in the cards. Something's a little too late. It's already done. Too late. So sad. Party's over. Here. Things are done. It's, I feel like it didn't get it at first or didn't want it to end, or, well, that's the narcissistic energy. They want to keep continuing. They want to keep fighting. They want to, whatever that is. Because if they don't, then they have no energy. So they got to suck somebody else's. It's very weird how it all works. Somebody does want to just refuel and refresh and start anew, but it is about balancing the injustices possibly. um it is justified. It is coming to be justified. If you have a court case, I would say, I'm not an attorney obviously, but more than likely it'll turn in your favor. And then again, you have healing, peace, and truth here. Wow. This narcissist, whoever this bad MF is going down. Yeah, good. Wow. That took a lot out of me. We're going to switch it up a little. Yeah, judgment is here. Judgment is what's fair is fair, and that's the way it goes. I do see like things are turning. Things are happening. This wheel of the year. What seeds are you planting so you have things coming? It's like something we always should be doing, right? So Once you're done with a crop, then you begin anew, and then you change it sometimes because the soil needs changing, the fertilization, you know, you might change ideas on what crop to put there or something. But whatever that is, right? There's a lot of change on this planet. Holy moly. It is unbelievable to keep up with it all. You know, it's just constant. I watch these conspiracy channels and the amount of information that is out there. Sometimes it's like mental overload. I got to walk away, digest it, ponder, kind of, you know, take it, and then go back into it. I'm totally obsessed with those channels. I get a lot of my news there, believe it or not. I don't watch the regular news. That's for damn sure. It's funny like the pentacle. Representing material abundance, manifestation, and practicality. The pentacle reminds us to focus on our goals and to use our resources wisely. Kind of a cool card. Very spooky. All right, keeping it on the witch theme, of course. Show me what I got, what you got for us. All right, take the first one. The high priest or the high priestess energy and responsibility. I love it. I love it. If it's not you, it's somebody, but somebody's in the high priestess energy or priest energy. All right, so hold on a minute. I don't know if I've ever had this card pop out before, so I'm curious myself what it says. So check it out. It's not enough to seek power for power's sake. You must accept the responsibility that comes with it. All good witches know that consequences and are attached. Hold on, I lost my place. All good witches know the consequences are attached to any magical workings that they undertake. The universal law of cause and effect is the law of three in its purest form. If we perform an action that causes a result, then that result further causes an effect. That goes on to influence all of creation in some way. The high priest or priestess acts as a spiritual guide to a coven members, overseeing rituals, training their witches, making sure that in all that they do when they come together is done in reverence and with integrity. Responsibility accompanies this energy to remind you to undertake a deep awareness of the possible effect of all things as a result of your thoughts, your words, and actions. Whether you are a member of a coven or choose to work alone, you see yourself as the high priest or priestess and treat that in all that you do with respect. And then it has like a side note here, face your responsibilities, never use your power on a whim. Be careful what you wish for. Own up. Turn to your high priest or priestess for assistance if you are in a coven. Your calling may be to become a high priest or priestess yourself, a teacher of spirituality, what you believe in, whatever it is. You know, we all look up. That's where I look. You can do it on your, you know, everyone's different, absolutely, but I think it's pretty cool. I think a lot of you are coming into this knowledge as well. Yeah. Hold on, I got carved down. The owl and wisdom. Very nice, Cancer. I like it a lot. The owl. There it is. All right, check it out. Okay, it's time to pause for thought and catch your breath. From my vantage point high above in the trees, I can see you trying oh so very hard to be all things to all people and your efforts are commendable, but are they wise? Is all the running around and about and endless talk the best use of your talents, energy, and time? I think not. You are responsible for a great deal, but you need to be better informed about the matters that fall at your feet. Plan ahead and get yourself properly qualified, sufficiently rested, and in altogether better position to be able to speak with the greater authority and experience, with greater authority and experience. Results in work, sports, relationships, and your field of interest will improve once you can own up to what you don't know rather than trying to wing it. You can never know everything, but you can employ wisdom at this time to put yourself in the best position to help others and understand what is needed to get the job done well. I like it. Side note, read more. Listen to both sides of an argument. Don't be afraid to say no or that you don't know. Help is at hand if you want it. Update your qualifications. Ensure all your paperwork is in order, taxes, accounts, licenses, and so on. And listen to your elders. I love it. Amen to that. What do we got? Conjuring up in your cauldron in the next couple weeks for this holiday. What are you going to be cooking up in your kitchen? Show me what I need to see. Yeah, a lot of you are very wise, especially, of course, my higher vibrationals, I do feel like some of you are even leveling up. Rosemary and memories. All right, so you're going to be using something with rosemary. Oh, well, you never know. You take advice of the cards. Echoes of your distant past sound all around when you find me growing nearby. Remembering those special moments remind you who you have been and how far you've come. Messages from long ago evoke sweet recollections that play out as visions in your imagination and embrace your heart with warm feelings of memorable love. However, old memories that haunt your dreams and invade your thoughts remind you of the darker times you'd rather forget. Hold me in meditation or spend time with me in the kitchen, for my purification properties will dislodge the heavy and unpleasant energies that have been hanging around as of late. Use the cleansing smoke of my dried leaves or add a strong rosemary infusion to your bath to banish toxic vibes, for I am a powerful, energetic purifier. The magic of how you once felt will return as you transcend forward into your destiny. I like that card. That's cool. Okay, we got that one, we got that one, and I gave you that one. Okay, I'm going to give you one of these and then a rune, and we'll close it out, Cancer. What do we got from my Halloweeny Oracle? For my sister water sign. The cauldron. Yeah, synergy and healing. Synergy and healing. All right, cool. So check it out. And don't forget to flip and flop the energies and genders should you need to. I'm not real sure. I think you're going to know right off. A typical depiction of a witch sees her standing over a boiling cauldron, slowly stirring the bubbling and mysterious contents. As she stirs the enormous metal pot over the raw flames, she cackles and incants commands to all the elements, transforming the contents into something magical. Cauldrons were commonly used in ancient and medieval times for everything from the nightly meal to the making of medicines. This family crucible was usually placed within the hearth of the home, making it an essential part of a gathering of family. Much healing and nourishment came from the cauldron. Should you receive the cauldron card during your divination, it indicates the importance of combining the variety of techniques or elements to get the best results. Do not put all of your eggs in one basket. Refuse to choose just a single rigid pathway when a variety of ways are there to be enjoyed and experienced. You can find your own ways to create something new. The cauldron is a deeply transformational tool. Things change once they're put under pressure. Resilience is being cultivated over time, and this means that you will be able to withstand any negative pressure much more healthily from the inside out. I feel like that was a really good card for you guys right now. Synergy and healing. All right, we got that one first. Spells in the wind. That's what it looks like. That looks beautiful. I wouldn't mind going over there someday. You know, my bucket list. Spells in the wind. Shout loud to the heavens, sing songs to the air. The strength of your conviction will carry you there. Enjoy it, breathe it, drink it, you know. Those are your messages, Cancer. Be cool, man. Be kind, be patient, and please just be a good human. Stay spooky and have a very safe and happy Halloween. Thank you for watching. I'll see you soon.